We are doing a draft here, waiting for the final person. Okay, let's see. What have we opened here? This card, probably playable in the mounts deck, but not particularly exciting. I haven't actually gotten to play with Jolene yet. Seems fine. The Arinx is quite good. I think the Apothecary is pretty good as well. The Vault Hunter is solid. I think probably the Arinx is the best card here for like a first pick. It's one color. And it's just really tough to deal with, I think. Here we have a Throw from the Saddle, Prairie Dog. Fierce Retribution is fine. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's definitely playable. Coyote is quite good, but I think we just take the Prairie Dog, another great white 2-drop. Okay, so a couple directions we can go here. The Servant of the Stinger, I think, has been pretty good. Gila Courser is, I think, pretty good. Drawing you that extra card, the 1 or 2 attacks you get with it. The Roadrunner is fine. The Paladin, I think, is probably the best one here. Just being in green always feels pretty good. This is, I think, a fine playable card, but I wouldn't want to third pick it. But the Paladin I actually would be fine, you know, if I had to, first picking it. Yeah, let's try the Paladin. Okay, so at another kind of juncture here, Eartha Joe, I think, is pretty good. Drover Grizzly is also quite good, though. I think this is, like, supposed to be better. It's an uncommon. It's also a 4-drop, though. This could also be a signal, like if we look at the cards in here. Consuming Ashes, also a really good removal spell, but I like to avoid going into black-white if we can. I think the Grizzly is more my style than the Eartha Joe. Okay, nice. So if we had taken the Eartha Joe here, I feel like we would have been disappointed with the red cards here. They're playable, but the Paladin is like a step above. Honestly, any of the cards here, I would say the Paladin is the best pick. So getting a second one of those is pretty nice. We haven't actually seen very many good white cards outside of our, you know, second pick Prairie Dog. So, and obviously, I think they took a rare there. I mean, they could have taken anything. They could have taken a white rare or something, so it's not really a signal, but getting this pick 5 feels like a signal. Desert's Dew has been pretty solid. I think the Beaver, though, is also just pretty good. We don't have any removal, though, so we also have... I mean, the Beaver has just been a very solid card. 4/4 Vigilance. Lets you pump up your other creatures. Let's just go with that. The good green card. I could see an argument for taking the Steer Clear or the Desert's Dew. The Desert's Dew might have been like a signal that black is open. So... Okay, well, this is really good. I think we actually take the Tumbleweed Rising here. This card has just always impressed me. it does feel, I don't know, does feel really bad to pass this on color deserts, but we're not necessarily white. We haven't seen like a reason to be white. So I'd rather just take this card. In theory, the Cactuarian shows good. I think the Tornado is playable. But let's go with the Tumbleweed Rising. Okay, now I kind of wish I had taken the Tornado. But we'll take a second one of these. None of these cards are particularly good. I've not played with Reach for this guy. Decisive Denial is fine if we end up as green-blue specifically. But I guess we'll try Reach for this guy. Here, I don't really see anything being particular. The Townsfolk is fine. It's playable. All of these cards are, except maybe the Gold Plan, are just playable cards, so we might as well take the white one. I want to take this Archway over the Flyer here. I think the Archway helps ramp us, or not ramp, but draw into enough lands, since it basically draws us a land. And here I think we can take the security. I think we want to avoid that if we can, but yeah. I mean, I don't think we're playing either of those cards. This is pretty good, but I think that the Mystical Tether is good enough here. It's in the colors we already kind of have. Other considerations, the Make Your Own Luck, Dance of the Tumbleweeds, I've also been impressed with. As long as you're not getting run over. Playing this for 6 and getting a 7/7, plus pinging them for 1. It's always played pretty well. Conduit Pylons would be fine, but yeah, we'll just take the hard removal. Wow, okay. Getting past the Seraphic Steed is very good, and means we're probably in the right colors for the direction that we're going. This Shepherd of the Clouds is also a really amazing card, but I'd rather take the 2-mana rare. Hopefully one of these good cards comes around. So pick 10, hoping to get another good wheel card over the fatties, because we've got 3 decent fatties already, and this card has just played so well. And he joins up as another potential option, but I don't see a reason to splash. And then once again, this card is also a really good option, but no reason to splash, so we'll take that. Ooh, the Green Blade, or oh man, why do they always have to be in the same pack when there's 2 really good cards? I think the Green Blade is better on average, though we have a bunch of mounts already. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mounts, and we're light on removal, so I guess we take the throw from the saddle here. Natural. Oh, another tether. Okay. Detention Sphere is also great, but hardly ever are you getting the extra bonus from it. Bighorn has been fine. No, I don't see a reason to do Map the Frontier here. It does kind of go nicely with the Arid Archway. You can play this effectively ramp 3 mana instead of 2. Oasis would also be fine, but yeah, I think we just go with the Bighorn. And another Grizzly here. Totally happy to play that. So our throw from the saddle is looking like it'll pretty much always give our target a counter. But yeah, the Grizzly plays really well with the Steed, because you play the Steed, next turn Grizzly crew or saddle your Steed, make an Angel. Oh my god, a pick 8 Miriam. This has got to be one of the best. This is probably better than the Steed, and in our deck especially. Yeah, that is a really good sign. Here, I think we just take the ramp card slash big fatty, though there definitely is an argument to take the griffin. We don't have a ton of flyers, but I think we'll just take the fatty. We'll treat this kind of as like a... Wow. Okay, so pick 10. None of the cards wheeled, but we did get back our green-white desert, so that's nice. Probably means that there isn't really a green-white drafter, especially with the super late Miriam, but... And here I think I'll take the... Well, I mean, this is a fine card, but let's just take the other mount. I don't think we're going to play that. Oh, wow. We opened so many amazing cards. We have to take the Rattle Worm here. It's just so good. 4 mana, 6/5 trample. If you have a desert, it probably is going to be a 2-for-1. Journey to Nowhere would be an excellent card to take. The Burrow Fiend would be excellent. The Possum is also very fine. I don't know if we have any like real synergies with it, so less excited about that one, but hopefully one of these 3 cards will wheel. Even the Ankle Biter and the Holy Cow are perfectly playable, but absolutely snapping that up. Oh, another excellent I think we definitely end up taking this one because we're light on 3-drops. It helps ramp us into like a 5-drop on turn 4. And we've got a lot of things that trigger it. So, seems like an easy trailblazer here. Yep, easy throw from the saddle. So I think we can cut that card. We probably will cut one of these sheep is my guess. I don't think we need to, like the Tumbleweed Rising, we've got three drops that are 4-powered. So there are going to be situations where we might be... there are going to be a lot of good situations where we make this a 2-mana 4/4 effectively. Omen Path Journey. I don't think we need that. The Naturalist or the Keykeeper seem fine here. I think actually, even though I really love the Naturalist, the Keykeeper has actually been really solid. But there's... No, this just draws us a card. Okay, yeah. Here I think we take the 2-drop over the 3rd Mystical Tether. Because we have so many good mounts that I can draw. And I think we can, at this point, cut... we could cut the Townsfolk, we could cut the Bighorn. I think we probably cut the Bighorn. Here, I mean, yeah, we're not going to play a 3rd Bighorn, we just cut one of them. But I'll take the Desert as maybe just a... just a way for us to flash out our Rattle Worm. And the Wrangler, it definitely seems like an amazing card, but our deck is definitely not a draw-go deck. There are a couple plot cards that we have that I guess could play well with it, but we already have enough top end. Yeah, I would take the Conduit Pylons here. I haven't played with this Gold Rush, but in theory it could be decent in our deck, kind of ramping us. Maybe on turn 3 or turn 4 to 5-drop, but I'm fine playing that. I'm good with the Ankle Biter. We might even play that one. I think I actually play the Giant Beaver over the Bighorn. Because they're 4-powered creatures, so they play better with our Seraphic Steed. They play better with the Tumbleweed Rising. With the Trailblazer. And so I think we just look for things to cut. I don't think we need a Dance of the Tumbleweeds in this deck. think we can get rid of that. We've got enough fat already. Yeah, the townsfolk is definitely a cuttable card as well. We probably don't need both of these deserts. I don't even know that we need any of them. Because we have 3 deserts, that should be enough to... And yeah, I don't want to have too many tap lands. But yeah, having 3 deserts feels like enough to flash this out a good amount of the time. Let's move over to this view. Yeah, and these are kind of like 4 drops in a way. Or we're usually playing them on turn 4 or later. The Keykeeper has seemed fine. Question is, do we want a Keykeeper or an Ankle Biter, I think? I do think the Ankle Biter has advantages with the 2 bite spells. It is annoying the mercenaries like trade for it pretty well, but I think that's fine. We've got significantly more green than white, so 7, 8, 9-ish. I think we go 8, 9, and 6, 7. Like 1.5 here. And that should be good. Yes. Definitely an awkward... I thought we actually cut this card, but I guess I did not. I think we keep this though because we can play several cards, like playing the Prairie Dog and then just like holding up, take up the shield is an actual valid strategy. But I think there's higher upside in the Frontier Seeker. And I think we take the Airynx here. We can cast it next turn. Okay. I don't see a reason not to test them there. Like, I'm not going to block the crab next turn if they attack. So, why not get the extra free damage in? Okay, so here I think we play our planes out, play the Prairie Dog, crew this with the Prairie Dog, and attack. We'll keep that. And we could make a 3/3 here, but I don't think that's necessary. Like next turn we could make a 5/5 with the Dance of the Tumbleweeds. We could also just hold up, take up the shield, but I think we want to... Like, let's see if they play a Mount here. If they do, then I think we want to kill the Miriam. If they don't, then I'm fine to just kind of keep doing what we have been. Once again, I want to leave the Prairie Dog. Or I want to saddle with the Prairie Dog because I'd much rather trade off the Frontier Seeker. Interesting thing here. We could just throw from the saddle. I think we should. The Prosperity Tycoon. Or I guess we offer them the double block and then get them with the take up the shield. I think that's fine. Because I think what we do is if they don't block here... Oh, I guess I didn't think about the crab. Okay, well... I think we just Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. Make a 5/5. Next turn we can make 2 more 5/5s. Or we can plot and hold up, take up the shield. Or plot and throw from this out. I mean, we've got a lot of options here. I don't see a reason to block when we have a take up the shield in hand. I think we just take... If they attack with everything, maybe I'll block like a 1/1 or something. If they give me like a block with the Frontier Seeker, I would definitely take that, but... Okay. I feel like they have some kind of trick, obviously. So... I do want to get the Tumbleweed Rising in, so I can replace the 5/5. They could, okay, I guess they would have kind of gotten me if they had the double bounce card. Seems fine. Wrangler of the Damned. Okay. Well, I definitely wanted to kill that. So getting to take up the shield, that card is fine. I think this is a fine use of it. So take up the shield, gain 4, kill your really good bomb. Well, it's not a bomb, but it's just a very good creature. And I think we're in pretty good shape here. Next turn we can Miriam. Could also throw from the saddle. They have 1 white mana open. So unless they have a path to exile, I think a throw from the saddle is pretty good here. To just take that out now. And then once again we crew. I think we can even just attack with the Frontier Seeker. I don't think we need that. I guess that's not really the greatest trade, but... These blocks are kind of weird. Like just chumping the Arinx. Maybe they have a Wrath or something. I'm not sure. Definitely seems like we are on the verge of winning here. Probably would have been slightly better to crew the Arinx with the Seeker at that point. That way they couldn't just trade off the 1/1. Okay, so here I think we go Miriam. We can crew this with the Miriam. Attack with everything because they have to block here. The 5/5. And then we make a 6/6 to replace it. So, unless they have a Wrath here, I think it's going to be pretty hard for them to come back. Even if they have the Wrath. Okay, that's fine. It's game over. Yep, they're just showing me what they got. All right, and moving on to the next one. I mean, that just kind of, that game I think showcases the power of the 2-mana make an XX spell. It just ends up playing out really nicely, as long as you have enough, 4 power or more creatures. Because a 2-mana 4/4 is obviously an excellent deal. Okay, the GT. Untap land, can't block, counter. So we're going Grizzly, I think, into Paladin. Equipping the GT. I think I'm fine with that. Okay. So we could double spell here. Tumbleweed plus the Frontier. We could plot this. Or we could just play the Beaver. If we play the Beaver, then all we're doing next turn is the Paladin. So maybe double spelling is a little more powerful here. And while this is only going to be a 4/4, I think that's still fine. And next turn we can play the Paladin. I think we take the Pharynx and then do this. And we could attack with the Grizzly, but what does that get us? I think we want to keep the Grizzly to like have a big trample attack later. It may be worth killing the Servant of the Stinger, though. Yeah. It probably is. We probably just need to block that next turn with the Grizzly. Because otherwise it might grow to a like 3/5 Death Touch, and that's kind of scary. Okay. Cool the Unrepentant. I guess going for the 4/4 here might have been a big mistake. So next turn we double spell with what we currently have. And I think if we're racing them, I mean, it really depends on what they have in hand. If they have removal, then we're in trouble. But I think this is like a 3-turn clock. 5 damage plus 6 is 11. Plus, I guess it's not. 7, 18. So it's a 4-turn clock. Or is it? It's 6, 7, 13 plus 8. Yeah, it's still a 4-turn clock. Okay, so they did not put the counter on it, which makes sense. There's no need to. I think they're probably going to use it to untap their land, if I had to guess. Yep. removal spell definitely makes racing a lot hard. Ooh, that was an excellent draw. Okay, so I think we attack here. Give them less info. Okay, cool. And then them losing the Jite carrier is going to really help if they stay mana screwed. Yeah, drawing that tether. Oh, what? Okay. Somehow, I had a feeling that they had two of these things. I can't explain it, but okay. Well, we're all out on. It would have been really good if they had drawn like the third swamp or whatever it was, or the third mountain. I don't remember which one they were missing, but because they wouldn't have had a carrier for the Jite. Okay, that is a pretty good draw, I think. We do both here. I think we get the Arid Archway. Bounce our desert. Get to surveil 2 effectively. Don't need that. And then replay this. The Seraphic Steed. Is that good enough? I think we needed removal or something. So I don't think that's good enough. I could, in theory, like sacrifice one thing to the Akul to get a good attack in. I could, okay, so I could attack with both of these, crewing them both even, making this a 5/5 so it can attack past the Akul. But then he eats the beaver and trades with one of the Airings. Doesn't feel great, so let's hold off on that for now. Because unless he has a removal spell, he doesn't have any good blocks for the 8/8. Like as long as there's no removal, the 8/8 is gonna do a lot of work. Okay, that seems crazy. I think we just play this out, use it to crew the Arinx, and then attack with everything. That's 4, 8, 16 damage. We actually don't even need to attack with the Arinx, right? But let's say he like chump or trades chumps, then he's taking 7. If I attack with this, it also means that he can't. I think we just attack with everything here. And hope that they make a play that's like a, you know, I'm going to go all out with my attack and hope to win a race. And then we're like, no, we've got a 6/5 trample at instant speed. Yeah, so they chump there. Trade. Okay. And then maybe they go for some kind of like kill my beaver, pump their guy, hope that they have exactly lethal. They've got 8 damage here. Target creature can't block this turn. Yep. I flash in the rattlesnake. Block their treasure dredger. And I've got 1 lethal threat, a 6 powered trampler. We could be, I mean, it is possible that we die here. Oh yeah. We actually die here. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, this was exiled. All right, well, I think the only move we have is attack with everything because we're dead otherwise. Block. Block. They're dead. I don't see how they survive. This doesn't untap a creature. I guess if they could untap a land? Oh no! I forgot about that. But that does actually keep me alive, right? Because now it's only 5 power. They could have a desert in hand and kill me. Do they have it? Or some kind of burn spell? Oh, yeah, they got a burn spell. Oh no! Opponent, why? You can target me with that. Oh no. Oops. I don't want to... Maybe they have another one in hand. I don't want to tip them off, but... They could have killed me with that. Yeah, it's always important to remember that these cards can be used to kill your opponent. I've had a few games where I've had the 3-2 sack, draw 2, lose 2, and done the last 2 points of damage to my opponent with him. Tough luck there on missing that interaction, but good for us. Okay, 2-0. Technically, we should have lost that last game if our opponent had been aware of that interaction, but... And, I mean, it's tough because we don't know what our opponent's rank was there, but we are in Diamond right now, so I would expect that we're probably playing against other Diamond people. So I'm a bit surprised that they would miss that, but... I'm going to keep this. I think this is a terrible keep, but we might get lucky here. Like, we've got a decent number of 2s and 3s. That was unfortunately not one of our good 2-drops to draw. That was another bad one, but they didn't play a 2-drop, so I think we're going to turn out fine here. Next turn we'll just play this. We unfortunately don't have flash for it. But I guess the best draw we could have here would be the Surveil. Desert that enters untapped, but... Okay. Guess we just play this out and make him have removal. I would be surprised if they don't have any removal. Usually people have 1 removal card in their hand, but if they attack into the Rattleworm, I'm not going to block because we want to have Tumbleweed rising up. I'm not blocking. Maybe, you know, I bet what they had was the take up the shield. Okay, nice. There is definitely merit to just holding take up the shield there, but okay. I think we attack with everyone here. It's lethal damage, they have to block. Oh wait, it's not lethal, is it? Okay, I think I am going to take up the shield to gain 7. Good game. Why? I wonder, I mean, were they preemptively good gaming me? Or were they saying they can't beat what I've got? They have 8 plus 3, and I gained 7. So I was at 12. Maybe they were like, oh, okay, great, I'm going to attack. I don't see a reason actually to block here because the Grizzly's going to give all my fatties trample next turn. And I think we take this. Don't need that. So let's assume that they're at 6 with a take up the shield. If I give everything trample, they've got 7 plus. So this is 3 trample damage plus. Yeah, I just don't see how we lose here, really. I mean, I guess we don't need to play it so aggressive. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with a Grizzly there. Oops. I meant to just attack with the 3 fatties. But, yeah, and they have a take up the shield, so they're going to eat my Rattleworm. But then they have... They still take 1 damage of trample, right? And then they're chumping those 2? Oh, they take 3 damage of trample. Good game again. Yeah, I mean, there's no way that they could win. I obviously block here, right? Yeah. I think they were trying to BMGG me when they clearly had take up the or shield or whatever it's called, and they thought they would get me on the crackback or something, but no. Yeah, that rare though is definitely one of the cards that we would have loved to get. 4/2 draws you a card and gains you a life every time you saddle, and we've got like 5 or 6 good mounts, I think. I think we can keep this. Ouch. Ankle biter into planes here, definitely. Of course. Do we actually want to expose the Miriam right now? I think it's okay. All right. Yep, that's fine. I think we just play the Grizzly. Next turn we have, assuming they don't interact with our Miriam, We get to attack with the Grizzly as a 5-powered creature. Hold up, take up the shield, and then Tumbleweed Rising. That's got to be pretty good. I don't think I need to crew it here. Okay. In that case, I just play the Beaver. They need a removal spell for Miriam. Okay. They are out of cards, so I think we're in a pretty good spot here. Yeah, a Griff would have also been really nice in our deck. Ooh, the Steed. Okay, I think now we crew the Miriam. Attack with the Beaver. Okay. Then we Steed plus Tumbleweed Rising. And we can crew the Steed next turn with our Miriam. And still hold up the take up the shield. I think we do use the take up the shield here just to survive combat. Because next turn it's going to be a 5-powered first striking lifelinker. So we can make another angel. Okay. Oh, am I dead here? I can't block, right? Yeah. Cost 1. Wait. Creatures can't block unless their controller plays. I mean, I'm gonna try to block and yeah, cancel blocks. Okay. 3. Am I dead? No? Okay. Now they're dead, right? I can only attack with 4 things, right? But I think what we do is we only attack with the Steed so we can have 3 blockers back. Is that right? Sounds right. So next turn they can't attack with the Archangel of Tithes without it dying, right? Wait, why didn't... Oh, because it was tapped. Oh, no, I punted. Okay, well, that's fine. Yeah, I had a free attack with the beaver there. I think we just crew up the steed again. Do we want to crew anything else? If we attack with two things here, we have 3 blockers. They can sacrifice their token to prevent me from gaining any life. Then I have 3 blockers next turn. I'm at 12. I have 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And I would take 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I can afford to attack with both. So I want to make one of these angels like a 4-powered angel. And attack with both of these guys. Yep. And I think we kill the prairie dog here so they don't gain any life. Oh, they gave me an excellent choice now. I don't care about the townsfolk. Gets killed by the ankle biter, so yeah, I think I forced them to sacrifice their pump guy. Kill the prairie dog, they gain nothing. Yes, their townsfolk will grow by 2 to a 6/6, but I don't really care about that. And then we just hang back again. Okay, nice. I think we just mystical tether the Archangel now. Nice. Okay, yeah, that Archangel of Ties was pretty scary. Yeah, that played out a lot better than I realized. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, our deck just is insane power level. So 4-0. Technically, we should have lost our second game. With that very large punt from our opponent, but yeah, I mean the deck is great. Green white has been my best color by far. I think I've trophied twice with it out of like the 3 or 4 trophies that I have. This is a little slow, but 3-drop into throw plus 5/5 tumbleweed seems really good. Okay, now we kind of have the question of do we naturalist or grizzly? Okay, since we drew the 4th land, I think we stick to our plan. The other option we have is to plot the tumbleweed rising. No, actually that won't work. Uh-oh. we're in trouble. We might need to just tether that thing. I don't know. We'll let them hit us one more time. And next turn we do that play if they don't use a removal spell. They did mill one removal spell, so okay, nice. And these, yep. Wow, yeah, their deck is also very good. Bristly Bill. Haven't had the chance to draft that one yet, but ooh, big mistake. Oh, I guess I couldn't saddle both. Okay, now we go, and that was a great draw too. Throw from the saddle. Take that out while we can. Make a 5/5 and pass. And if we draw a desert, we'll hold up the Rattleworm. Unless it's our bounce desert, then I guess that doesn't work, but yeah, I think the play otherwise is to... Ooh, that's awkward. I think we're going to have to tether that next turn. Rise of the Varmints. Uh-oh, I think we're dead. Let's see. What are our options here? We're at 6. 3 of these things get through, we die. At most, we can have 4 blockers. So we technically don't die, right? We go block, 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 block. We take 5 damage. Assuming they have nothing, and assuming that we get an untapped land off of our naturalist. But I think that's the only play we have. Otherwise, we do the tether on the Tycoon. Block, block, we have 7 damage coming through. So we need to either whiff and make a treasure, or get an untapped land. Alright, we did get the untapped land. Now we play another Tumbleweed Rising. And now we technically have enough. I mean, if they have any removal spell, we're dead. If they have any pump spell, we're dead. So, pretty unlikely that we survive here, but... I mean, this deck is at least as good as our deck, and their draw certainly was better than ours. If we stabilize here, there's a chance, like if they have a lot of fluff, but I think they missed a land drop, so it's got to be like 3 or 4 spells in hand. Because they were on the play. Yeah, we kept a pretty slow hand against a pretty aggressive, explosive start. Yeah, so dead to any pump spell. Assuming we don't just die here, this is really good because they have to sacrifice one of their tokens to pump the naturalist. I feel like, I mean, I'm tapped out here, so unless they're slow rolling it, it looks like we survived. Okay, nice. So probably the best thing we could draw here would be a 2-drop. Okay, I think this is tricky. So if we play the tether now, we die to removal. If we don't play the tether now, they might attack everything into us because we're at 1 life. And then we might be able to get them with the instant speed tether, but that loses to Snakeskin Veil. I think, I mean, either way, we're dead to removal. But I think I want to, because we're so low here, I'm willing to take the risk. Like, we're probably going to lose this game. So in order for us to actually have a chance of winning, I think we need to get them to go for it here. Okay. Okay, so we're just going to triple block that thing. Because it's just trading 1-for-1 here. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Let's see. I can't tether it because it has the ward 3, so... But I do need to use the tether this turn. So I am going to use it on their, one of their varmints, I guess. Or is it better to use it on the mercenary? I think it actually might be better to use it on the mercenary. And then we can actually make a 7/7 with the Dance of the Tumbleweeds, right? And I think we get the... Actually, we get the Arid Archway because that allows us to double spell next turn. Including flashing in the... Okay, so once again, we're dead to any removal, but that's been the case for a couple turns now, so... I think, though, if we fade the removal this turn... Ooh, that's bad. So... Yeah, we're gonna have to chump the armadillo, it looks like, but we might be able to get the like, if they go for it here, they tap down or attack. I guess the best possible thing that would happen here is they attack all out, but what they would make more sense to do in this scenario is tap down my 7/7, force me to chump. Okay. Okay, that's really weird. Oh, they want to double tap, I guess. But they still could have made this a 4/4. Okay, I think we're dead here. They double tap. And we've got only 3 blockers, so yeah, now we're dead. We needed to draw a non-land there, and unfortunately just not gonna make it, but our opponent's been playing pretty conservatively. Like, if we have something else in hand, going for it here could be disastrous. So it's possible that they're going to go for it. I mean, it's possible they're going to not go for it. If they're not going for it, they'll tap the 7/7 here and then not tap anything, forcing us to chump on the armadillo, I guess. I don't know why they wouldn't. I mean, I don't know why they didn't go for it in the past couple of turns. But yeah, they are going for it, looks like. Yep, okay. I mean, I think that's pretty unlucky that the turn where we had something, if they had gone for it, we would have basically stabilized. But, you know, I mean, we kept a bad hand, or a slow hand. and they had an amazing explosive start. Right, they had the Burrow Fiend. We had to take a lot of damage from that. Then they had the Tycoon. Yeah, so probably our best bet there, being on the draw, is we know we're playing against another 4-0 deck, and we just mulligan a little more aggressively. But I think we, after that decision, played about as best as we could, so put that one out of mind and on to the next. Okay, 4-1, starting the next draft. Sure. So if they don't play anything here, I think we actually just play the Archway. Let's attack and see if they have like a trick or something. I guess it's just too good for us to play the Grizzly if they don't have a block. Like, we have the throw from the saddle next turn. We can actually double throw from the saddle, right? If we wanted to. Go. Oh, no, we can't. Okay. It's a very aggressive attack, I think. So next turn we either play the Paladin. If we draw a forest, we could play Grizzly plus another throw. I think we attack with a Prairie Dog, offer a trade here. I think they're unlikely to accept, and if they do, then that's fine. They might have the deal, yeah, steer clear. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then we just play our Spinewoods Paladin here. And pass. Yeah, so we really want a second green so we could, like... Yeah, this doesn't actually matter, right? Okay. Seems weird. Guess we go Grizzly plus another Tumbleweed, or the first Tumbleweed. We've got 4 lethal threats. We'll be able to give them trample. We've got throw from the saddle. Okay, so that's game. We just remove one of their creatures with the throw from the saddle. I'm curious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I can do it all, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it enters untapped. I don't know why I'm doing this and not just killing them, but okay. Yeah, because they have to like chump 1 and take 2 trades. I mean, I also give them trample there, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that just kind of once again showcases, I think, how good the Tumbleweed Rising, or the 2 mana XX is. It's like so efficient in these big green decks where it's almost always going to be at least a 2 mana 4/4, and sometimes can even be a 5/5 or a 6/6. And it's just too much pressure. The only time I think you really can get screwed over there is if you do it into open mana. Okay, yeah, this hand seems great. 1 land and we've got our worm. Got a throw from the saddle for our Airings. I guess probably the best draw we could have is the Ruckus. Yeah, the best draw I guess we could have is a Miriam this turn, because then I can crew, get a counter on it. Oh, we're just gonna kill that thing with a throw from the saddle. Like, they get their card back, but yeah, we do not want this thing to start making treasures. Okay. I guess here we just play the Rattleworm, crew the Airings. I think that's fine. We're pretty likely to draw a plains off of that. Wow, that is super greedy. I think we just tether this thing. We don't want to risk missing there. And we get to attack for 10 here. And they shouldn't have a way of removing the tether, so here, I think we just play this. Yeah, we missed. Miriam and an ankle biter going under. I mean, that seems fine. They have to have removal for the Rattleworm, because otherwise, I guess they don't. They could chump, take 4. But okay. Got 4 lethal threats. I don't think there's a Wrath that they can play. Yeah. We just had a nuts draw there. Yeah, and this is why I first picked the Airings, because it's just so good. Okay, 6 and 1. Let's see if we can get a trophy here. Yeah, green-white is like on 17 lands, 2 percentage points. Or I guess it's a little over a percentage point above Golgari. And then the next highest, interestingly, is Orzhov. And it's almost 2 above that. So this is a mulligan. Okay, this one is awkward. I think we ditch one of the throw from the saddle. And yeah, since we're on the draw, I think we're pretty likely to get our third land. In which case we get the Naturalist. That lets us cast our 4-drops or plot for 4. Yeah, so next turn we play the Naturalist. So I'm kind of surprised that they didn't plot this thing. Because like, think about it, if they had plotted it, I think they'd be getting in for an extra point of damage there, right? So this turn we plot the Paladin. Next turn we play the Conduit Pylons, hold up the Rattleworm. And we just block the Coyote here. If they have a trick, then they have a trick. If they do have a trick, then we might want to just play out the Rattleworm. But okay, the Beaver. Yeah, I think we take the turn off plotting this guy. So we might take a bit of damage here, but next turn we can hopefully ambush something with the worm. Or we could play this Tumbleweed Rising, throw from the saddle as the other option. Yeah, okay, this is interesting. They're gonna pump up, start making their Griff a little more powerful. No reason not to block the green blade. Okay, I'm gonna do the throw from the saddle now before this thing gets too big. And then we get a 6/6 off the Tumbleweed. So, I mean, yeah, just look at how efficient the turns can be with this card. 2 mana 6/6, I mean. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. They have good blocks right now. Unless I just want to trade off my Paladin for 2 of their creatures. Yeah, I think I don't really want to trade my 6/6 for a Beaver, but I do think we're willing to trade the Paladin for 2 of their 2-powered creatures. Then I guess we think we just hold up the Rattleworm here. I don't think we need the Airynx at this point. Because I want to try to make this as big as possible if we're playing another green deck with a bunch of fatties. I guess it's just a Beaver tribal. So think we attack with both because and then we can Dance of the Tumbleweeds here. Actually, let's see. We've got 7. Yeah, well, oh. It'll be 8. If I don't play this out, though, then they're going to attack me and they'll have a 9 power of beavers. So I think we still have to play this out. And we are out of deserts, so there's no reason to use the rattle worm. Yeah, we might have been a bit too... I mean, okay. Our opponent has 6 lands. Admittedly, we drew 2 lands. So I guess... But yeah, we have 2 more lands in hand, so we're just down on spells. And now we have an awkward situation where if we attack with the 8/8, like we're only getting a 2-for-1. But maybe that's still worth it. Killing the beaver and either 2 beavers or the beaver and the possum. And make that a 5/5. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we can't just let them we gotta get our 2-for-1s while we can. Okay, that's good. Because they can't believe that I've got flooded so much. They're flooding too, though, so... The problem is they have a bucolic ranch to sink their mana into. I've got nothing. So I need something good here. Tumbleweed Rising would be excellent. The Grizzly would be really good. Yeah, I mean that's still a 2-for-1, but it's annoying that they get the value. They get to keep the... Oh no, that's really bad. I mean, we have the ankle biter, so basically we have to keep the ankle biter for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Minimum 7/7. We need to draw some of our good stuff. Oh, excellent. If I attack here, I can tether at instant speed. So I'll get another 2-for-1. I've got the ankle biter on blocks, and they will not have a good blocks for my 6/6, so I think that does make sense. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and now they just have terrible blocks. I'm surprised that they didn't prickly pear Like maybe they're playing around a snakeskin veil, but it would have been a 2 for 2. Or they're playing around the lifelink trick. If they have removal for the ankle biter, this is pretty. We're in bad shape. But I'm like 100% reliant on this ankle biter holding off their 9/9. Uh-oh. Playing bad. Right? What could they... maybe they have the Mount Reanimator? And that's why they wanted to do this, to give themselves maybe another look at a better mount. I mean, they obviously have something, otherwise this attack makes no sense, but... Or they have nothing, and... Okay, I think we're happy with that. That was just a 2 for 2. Well, it's clearly not a mount, so... Uh-oh, they topped, so it must be something good. Okay, let's start with this. Second beaver. I think we actually pump the beaver here. Okay, alright. Nice. Must have just been like another creature or something. That's why they were tanking, so... Okay, so ended with a 7-1 win there. That took us to Diamond Tier 1, I guess. So almost back in Mythic. Yeah, I mean, the deck seemed really good. I could actually, I can't believe this, but I could have played the Savage Smash pretty easily, probably. But yeah, regardless, excellent deck here. The Paladin, excellent. Obviously, this thing is just insane. If you can, even if you can't ambush something, it's just so good. The Steed won us a game, made 3 angels. Miriam won us several games, and I think honestly though the All Stars, the Tumbleweed Rising, just so many games where I played a Grizzly or a Beaver or a Paladin, and then the next turn get another 5/5 or even 2 of them. Just very, very efficient card, and it doesn't seem like a lot of decks have the pressure to punish you for playing this like extra 5-drop kind of, or 4-drop. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.